everything you've heard today has been based on assumptions, on your assumptions. The way you're receiving all this information is based on your assumptions. And Elke was talking about leading through chaos, Daniele was talking about risk, then Ashkan talked about how technology is reshaping how we think. And these are three brilliant perspectives. Now what I want to do tonight, to end tonight with you guys, is go one level deeper, to really get to the source. One of the most dangerous things in our companies today is not AI, it's not the changing market, it's not the uncertainty, but it's the things that we believe, or that you guys believe that you are certain of, or that you think you are. Because what we're certain of are things that we don't question, and what we don't question runs everything that we do. For example, there are all sorts of stories living in your companies today. Since we are all creators, each and every one of us, we are creators and we make up stories, mostly subconscious, both disempowering stories and empowering stories. Some of these disempowering stories may sound like, is AI going to replace me? Am I still going to be relevant? Is it going to take my job? Am I going to lose my job? All stories. And when we build these disempowering stories and we keep living from them, that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because we live out of anxiety. That means we'll have less good output. And with this less good output, that is the proof for our irrelevance, which causes more anxiety. And we just keep going down this spiral until you as a leader stop that. Stop it by focusing on what you can control versus what you cannot control. We cannot control the circumstances, we cannot manage people. What we can manage is agreements, who we are as a leader, the way we talk to them, and maybe even the stories that we install. But first, we have to pick up on those stories that are living there by, as Elke said it, slowing down. I always like to compare it like, for example, when we go from here to Amsterdam by plane. We don't see a lot, maybe some trees flying over, but imagine we go from here to Amsterdam by train. Then we will see some houses, some trees, and now we go by car, and we see some more houses, more trees, but maybe some people riding on a bike. We see some name boards of cities we're crossing by. And imagine we go from here to Amsterdam by bike, or even by foot. The point is that the slower we go, the more we see. And as leaders, that is so important because today everything is going so fast. But if we just keep focusing on the fact that AI is being able to make things go faster, and we just go faster with it, instead of slowing down and looking at, wait, if we just keep doing what we're doing right now, keep thinking, keep acting the same way, where are we going to end up? You should really confront that default future we have. And being able to confront that default future by slowing down will make sure that you can prevent issues and things that would happen right now that you're not seeing. So it's about seeing what you're not aware of. And that's what I want to challenge you guys on today. And something that you can control is the stories we do install as leaders about AI, because honestly, AI is not going to take anyone's job. It's not going to replace you. What is going to replace you are the top 1% producers. People who master AI, maybe invest some of their spare time into really getting to know these tools and working with them. And they become the top 1% producers that will stay relevant. They use their own intuition and their own creativity. It's not you as a leader who will define or decide who will be still in your company in 2 years or 2 months from now. That is up to them. But we are responsible for installing that story instead of all the disempowering ones. I always like to compare it to a frog. You know what happens when you throw a frog in boiling water? Sir, what is your name?
Eric.
Eric, did you ever throw a frog in boiling water? Okay, Eric is using his best thinking, so it jumps out, of course, so thank you very much, Eric. That's what happens. When you throw a frog in boiling water, it just jumps out. Because it's way too hot, and it feels that immediately. But that's not the case with AI. AI is like throwing the frog in just room temperature water, but turning up the heat. Turning up so much that the frog is literally frying to death. And that is what AI is like today. It's not this hot that we just need to shift everything from today until tomorrow, but everything is going really, really fast. It's heating up very quickly, and we have to be aware of that, and make our teams aware of that. And to be honest, I'm performing on lots of stages, and I was afraid of that for a bit as well. In the beginning I was thinking like, okay, but some people, they're really up to date, they know what technology is capable of, but for most of us, it feels like magic, everything that this technology can do until this point. So I was like, who's still going to believe me when I do something on stage? Why won't they just say, hey, you're using AI, you're using technology? So therefore I created this act. And in the end, I'm going to let you guys decide whether this was created through AI or real magic. So what I have here on my iPad is a prediction. So I'm just going to open this iPad up. I'm going to leave this prediction here in full sight. And I have some good news, because we're going on a trip. This trip will be paid for by Aurora, this team. They didn't know it before, but it's an imaginary trip. But let's go to a specific place. We're going to go on a trip to a specific place. We're going to do an activity with each and every one of us together, because I see we've really become like a group. We came in as individuals, leaving as a group. That's the amazing effect that Aurora Life has. So let's go to a specific place. Let's do an activity all together. And because we have so much budget here, let's even take one celebrity. Okay? So let's do this. You can all participate. Let's imagine we're going to a city that everyone knows. Name out some cities out loud.
Paris.
What?
Paris.
We're going to Paris, and imagine we're going to do an activity there. This is one thing where AI did come into play, because I asked it to state some activities we can all do together as a group. They're in Dutch, but I'll translate them for you guys. So we can go bowling, we can swim, we can do some shopping, go to the fitness, cinema all together, party club, cafe, theater, a guiding tour. We can play baseball, we can do figure skating, visit the museum, read a book, have a concert, go karting, wall climbing. I have no idea what this is in English. We can have a massage, maybe with a happy ending in Paris, who knows. We can play tennis, laser shoot, we can have all these different activities. Now, I'm just going to jump off stage. I hope the mic is going to keep working. And let's go over here. So, what's your name? Lars. I'm going to ask you to open up that book in one page and just remember the activity we're going to do. I mean, you can just say it out loud. Which one do we have? Baseball. Okay, so we're going to play baseball in Paris. So we're going to play baseball in Paris, and now there's one last thing we're going to do. As I said, we're going to bring a celebrity. So in my phone, in my notes, I've got a list of 100 of the biggest celebrities, and you're going to decide who we're going to go with. Sir, like with the Bordeaux costume. Yes, what is your name? Michiel, can you just stand up for a minute? I you were the one coming up stage before, okay. Okay, now people are really going to think that we were discussing this beforehand. Michiel, I'm going to ask you, can you think of a number between 1 and 100? Don't say it out loud, just think of it. Got it?
Yes.
Alright, now Michiel, I want you to point to someone you don't know at random.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Alright, what is your name, sir? Sam? S-A-M? Alright, Sam. Sam, I'm going to ask you to shout out loud a number between 1 and 100. 85. Michiel, why are you sitting down? Michiel, were you thinking of 85? No, that would have been amazing. That would have been a coincidence. But Michiel, I'm going to give you the last choice. Do you want to go with the number 85 that Sam said and that everyone knows already? Or do you want to go with the number that only you know, which is only in your head?
Can I trust you, Sam?
Sam, you said 85, right? Alright, great. In my notes here, I've got one list with famous people, right? So I'm going to ask you, can you just scroll through the list? Are they all different names?
Yes.
Yes. Which name is at 85? Brad Pitt.
Excellent.
Now we hear our female audience tonight. Okay. So, Sam, sorry, Michiel, just out of interest, what number were you thinking of? 70. Do we have a different name on number 70, just to make sure? Yes. What? Tina Turner. That would have been a completely different trip, but we're going to Paris to play baseball with Brad Pitt. Now the question is, these were all choices you made, choices no one could have known beforehand. Or did I? You guys made these choices to go to Paris to play baseball with Brad Pitt. On my iPad, from the beginning, I had one picture of Brad Pitt playing baseball next to the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Now I told you guys, you were the ones to decide. Raise your hand if you think this has something to do with AI. Okay. Alright, now, who does believe in me? Raise your hand. No, you have your hand up the first time as well. Okay, who thinks this is real magic? Some people, okay. The magic doesn't exist either, but thank you at all. No, but these are beliefs we have. We assume some things are just done by technology. Also, these are limiting beliefs because you can trust me. I always say I'm an honest cheater, but you can trust me because I would never use technology. What I'm doing, that is real magic, and that is really challenging your thinking, because if we slow down and take a look at this iPad and question it, you might see this was never real to start with. And this has just been a picture of Brad Pitt playing baseball in Paris. Now, the reason why this works is not because I changed our reality. I just changed where you guys were looking. And that's exactly the point. We have to try to slow down in order to see things we were not seeing before. Because the assumptions we live from day to day, are called standing transparent realities. I know it's a pretty complicated term to throw out this late in the evening, but standing transparent realities means that we have been acting from our best thinking, which is what got us here today. And from our best thinking, we have seen what was working, what was not working, what it would need to shift in order to get here, to be so successful as you all are. But from this best thinking, we've created so many stories of things that feel so certain for us. Things we know, they just don't work. Some things, they really do work. But now it's time to challenge that thinking, because again, everything is changing so fast around us. And if we don't change how we think, and don't question our own beliefs, that can become something very expensive for all of us. Some of these standing transparent realities, I've worked with dozens of entrepreneurs in one-on-one conversations or in team trainings, and some things that came up from rooms similar as this one were like, we're moving faster because of AI. Now the fact is, you are moving faster at AI at the part of the execution, but you're still thinking at the same speed you were before. You're still acting on the same beliefs you had. Something else might be, hey, my people, they know exactly what I expect from them. Or my management team is telling me exactly what's happening on the floor when they report it to me. I hope your management team is not here, sir. All right. But these stories are also living amongst the employees. And let me give you a few examples of stories that are really hurting your company. For example, you have the board, they know what they want. So people are not creative anymore. They're not bringing new ideas. Feedback is criticism. So they hide problems. Or maybe the best and most dangerous one. Well, I'll just stay under the radar. This way my job is safe. So no one contributes boldly anymore. And these are all beliefs that we will be under influence of all of the time, unless we slow down and question what we think is true, what we think we know for certain. And if you think you're not being influenced, that is exactly the point that you are. But to prove this, who thinks that I cannot influence you? Just raise your hand. What is your name, sir? Christophe. You see, I already influenced you. You were raising your hand. But it's okay. Christophe, can you just stand up for a moment? And can you look around you? Who is someone else? Who thinks I cannot influence you? I need one more person. Yeah? Right next to you, Christophe. What is your name, sir? Robin. Christophe and Robin, can you just join me on stage, please? Let's give them a huge round of applause. Nice to meet you. I'm going to challenge your thinking. And I'm going to prove the fact that we're constantly under influence. So what I'm going to do, nice to meet you, Christophe. Hello. You can just take a stand over here, and you're Robin, right? Robin, you can just stand over here. Christophe and Robin, two people who think that I cannot influence them. Let's try. I've got a €5 note, which I folded up in pieces. The reason why it's folded is you can just hide it in one of your fists, and when you hold it forward, I should not be able to see where it is, okay? You only have to do one thing. Don't let me influence you. So, Christophe, I'm going to hand this to you. You don't have to open it up, just go with both your hands behind your back, and you can make a choice. It's 50-50, but you can either hide €5 notes in your right hand or left hand, and when you're done, just bring your both fists forward, so no one knows where it is. Christophe, I should mention one thing. It's not in your back pocket, right? Okay, just to make sure. I just hold your fist a little bit further. Alright, now great. You made a choice. Did I influence you in some way? That's what you think. You could have chosen to either put it in your left hand or in your right hand. Actually, are you right or left-handed? Left-handed, that's interesting. Most people are right-handed. Now,
no, it's not true. Right-handed.
Now he's influencing me again. I'm getting tricked over here. So you're right-handed. So I know what you were doing, Christoph. You were trying to lead me in the wrong direction. So it's actually, it is in your right hand. Just show it to everyone. There it is, right? Yeah, show it. There we go. 1-on-1. Christoph, don't try to trick me anymore. But let's see. The first time correct in your right hand. Now it's your turn. Robin, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to, he's afraid now. Okay, take a 5-euro bill, go behind your back, put it. Okay. We just stopped serving beer for tonight, okay? Robin, just put it behind your back. Yeah, you don't have to crumple it up all the way, but just put it in your left or right hand so I don't know in which hand it is. Once you're done, just put both hands forward. Now, I hope it's in one of your hands. Can I trust you on that? Okay, so you went with your right hand first, right? You were right-handed. Now, are you right or left-handed? You're not lying, right? Okay, it's your right hand. Now, the fact is you went with your right hand first. Now, maybe people will think, okay, I should go with my left hand, do the other thing. But maybe I think that you thought that I would think that. But then again, he's drunk, so he went with his left hand. You open up your left hand. And there it is, right? That's 2. 1, 2. Let's do this one last time. You're going to decide how this game is going to end. This is the last week that I'll leave you enjoy the entire evening. So this means I either get 3-on-3 and everyone has a great evening, they laugh, they enjoy, or I have a mistake at the last point. Everyone will laugh even harder, then I'll go with my face, okay? That is your decision, so I'm going to give this to you. I don't know which is the outcome that you want to, but just go behind your back. Now, you went with your right hand first, then you went with your left hand. Now the question is, you either go back with your right hand or with the left hand. That's all up to you, we've had both already. Once you're done, both hands forward. Let's make like life decisions right now. Okay, Christoph? I have no clue. Let's do this. Right, left, and now the last choice. Robin, where do you think it is?
Oh, I think left.
You think left. Christoph, is this in your left hand? Can you open it up? Robin, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. Right? Look at this. I told you this was about influencing. This was not about just guessing. Robin, just stay here for a minute. I told you this was about influencing, not just guessing where it was. You went with your right hand first, then you went with the left hand, then you went with the left hand again. What if I knew exactly from the beginning how this was going to go? Can you open up the piece of paper and read out loud what is written on it?
Right, left, left.
Right, left, left. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Let's keep it. Now, that is an exact explanation of what these standing transparent realities are. This works because of all of the assumptions you have. Assumptions that you never question. And these assumptions are what determine how we just experience life, how we make decisions. So there's one question I want to ask you with, I want to leave you with. What if the most dangerous thing in any high-performance environment is not what you don't know, but it's what you think you know for certain? And in my opinion, the leaders that will thrive tomorrow are not the ones with the best technology, but the ones that are able to see things that others see through. And I hope, starting from tomorrow, that's you guys. Thank you very much.